It all began with a question, with the question, what is life? And what is substance? How do things hang together? And what about human beings, their responsibilities? WALA Heilmittel GmbH, owned by the WALA Foundation, is a medium-sized company located in southern Germany at the edge of the Swabian Mountains, not far from Stuttgart. WALA Medicines, Dr. Hauschka skincare products and Dr. Hauschka Med health and hygiene products are exported to more than 30 countries. Supreme quality, traditional manufacturing processes with a commitment to nature, and state-of-the-art production facilities are important keys to WALA's success. The company was founded in the 1930s by Dr. Rudolf Hauschka, who devoted his life's work as a chemist to the investigation and exploration of the questions mentioned at the beginning of this film. Study rhythms. Rhythm carries life. This was the answer which Rudolf Hauschka received from Rudolf Steiner, the founder of anthroposophy, in response to the question, what is life? It formed the guiding principle for his further work, and as living tradition, it is still the principle on which the company's manufacturing processes are based today. In 1929, in the so-called Rose experiment, Rudolf Hauschka succeeded for the first time in producing a water-based plant extract which did not deteriorate. At the instigation of Dr. Ita Wegmann, a physician working together with Rudolf Steiner, he searched for a way of releasing and preserving the healing powers of a plant without the addition of alcohol. An important point in pediatric medicine, for example. The solution: rhythmization. The idea underlying the rhythmic processes is surprising, but obvious when you think about it. Every plant, every living thing is exposed to rhythms, the influence of polarities. For example, light and darkness, warmth and cold, rest and movement. When the harvested plant, after being chopped and mixed with water, undergoes a process of rhythmization, that is, of dynamic exposure to the polarities which have determined its life and strength, then something quite amazing happens. The extract, to which a little ash from the plant residues is added at the end of the process, remains stable for years. And the plant has released its healing powers. The resulting mother tinctures, or the similarly produced essences and oily extracts in the cosmetics sector, are now ready for further processing. For many WALA medicines, the mother tinctures are potentized according to homeopathic principles, that is, diluted step by step with water and shaken. With increasing potentization, the healing powers change. Later, when it comes to treatment, the doctor chooses the remedy with the appropriate potency depending on the patient's medical condition and personality. Exact potentization is therefore one of the most important phases in the production of the medicines. but the quality of all WALA preparations goes back much further than this. WALA's medicinal herb garden is the major supplier of the natural raw materials. No chemical or synthetic fertilizers or pesticides are used here. The garden is certified for biodynamic cultivation. In addition to many other insects, the garden has its own bee colonies. As an important part of the ecological cycle, providing them with a natural environment is something WALA considers very important. As is the fact that practically all the seed material is obtained from the garden, and that all young plants are raised here. The potting soil and all composts also come from the garden. The closed cycle as elementary prerequisite for healthy growth and vitality. Times of day and seasons, weather conditions, plant growth, the rhythms of nature determine the activities in the garden. All work with the medicinal herbs is performed carefully by hand. Knowledge and experience guarantee that the plants are harvested at the optimal time, when their strength is at the height of its development. In the garden and the places where wild plants are gathered. Plants required in large amounts for cosmetics manufacture are either cultivated by WALA on its own land or purchased from certified suppliers with whom the company has worked for many years. WALA also initiates and operates biodynamic farming projects abroad, often providing the farmers there with a new perspective. Harvesting in the WALA garden is done in the early hours of the morning. This is the best time, as the plants are fresh and strong. Then the plants are taken straight to the plant laboratory for further processing. Here the harvest is checked and cleaned. Identity, quality, purity, just some of the many controls during the manufacturing process. The plants are chopped by hand, carefully, calmly, with experience. Work for specialists. Mixing with distilled spring water is the start of the rhythmizing process. Warmth and cold, rest and movement, light and darkness alternately for 7 days. At defined intervals and values, lactic fermentation takes place. Then the mixture is pressed and filtered. The dried residue after pressing is ashed. Part of the ash is mixed with the filtrate. The rest goes back into the garden, to the compost heap. The mother tincture is ready. Now it's allowed to rest for a year. The name WALA stands for warmth ash, light ash, and is derived from the processes in the plant laboratory. Dr. Hauschka Skincare was founded in the mid-1960s by Elisabeth Sigmund, a cosmetologist from Vienna. The formulations and the unique skincare concept which she developed are still just as relevant today. The large quantities of plants required for making skincare products, medicinal oils and essences are processed according to precisely defined specifications and quality criteria. This applies equally to the exact mixing ratio for aqueous or oily extracts and to the rhythmizing process with exposure to the polarities, light, darkness, and rest and movement. After 7 days, the extracts are pressed and filtered. The dried residue after pressing is ashed. Even if the details of the production processes differ, the quality standards of pharmaceutical production also apply to the manufacture of the Dr. Hauschka Skincare and Dr. Hauschka Med products. After a further quality check, the mother tinctures are potentized for further use as medicinal remedies. An elaborate procedure which requires sensitivity and skill. The potentized solution is sprayed onto the globules. The small sugar pellets rotate in the coating pans until the solution is evenly distributed. Other WALA remedies are filled into ampoules under clean room conditions. Regular controls guarantee compliance with the strict hygiene standards required by law. Then each ampoule is checked several times. Only flawless preparations leave production. Raw materials, semi-finished products, products from outside suppliers. Everything is documented and only accepted after passing quality control. The high bay warehouse, the fully automated stopover on the way to further processing. Modern plant facilities allow WALA to meet the growing demand for its products. In the weighing rooms, the individual components are weighed out exactly according to specification. Then the various ingredients are combined homogeneously in large mixers. Before further processing, sampling and quality checks. Color, smell, pH, consistency. Only when all parameters conform to specification is the batch released for filling. Filling and primary packaging. Use of modern technology in the right place frees people from monotonous work routines. Secondary packaging and labeling are also automated, although on a smaller scale. Quality assurance at all stages of production is an essential prerequisite for the quality of WALA products. Extensive analyses and laboratory tests play a central role here. The last step. The customer's orders are put together, packed securely, and dispatched. About 900 WALA medicines, more than 130 Dr. Hauschka skincare and Dr. Hauschka med products. Every order is processed here reliably and quickly. From here, the goods are shipped to every corner of the earth. From medicinal plant to finished product. A long path in the company of nature's rhythms, marked by care, quality, and experience. A path which combines tradition and modern technology in the service of health and well-being. WALA Heilmittel GmbH, a vibrant modern company, driven by a deep respect for nature and the strength and quality that nature gives its products. WALA, nature's treasures, transformed for you.